Hey guys, Joshua Jimenez here from MMA in Your Life podcast, answering the question, why shouldn't MMA fighters get mad at fans who want them to lose? So to me, there's a couple different explanations why fighters shouldn't get mad at fans that want them to lose. To me, the biggest thing is that the reason that a fan wants you to lose is going to actually be more because of circumstances, different variables that you don't have any control over, and not because they don't like you or they just want you to lose. Okay, so a good example would be like me and John Jones. Okay, so there's a history between me as a fan and John Jones, and nothing that John Jones really did other than fight really well was the reason why I've been rooting against him for a long time. All right, not that I don't like the guy. I don't have any of that personal, like, I hope he gets his butt kicked, that kind of thing. But it's more like he's not one of my favorite guys to root for. Okay, so going way back, Matt Hamill, okay, the Hammer, one of my favorite UFC fighters, and I'm sure reason being my son has a disability, and so Matt Hamill has a disability, and so I just think the world of the guy. All right, so I always cheer for Matt Hamill. Okay, so coming up the fight, Matt Hamill versus John Jones. What happens? Jones freaking destroys Hamill. Matt never give up. Freaking super tough guy. Still love the guy, even for that performance. Just because, I mean, the guy's a warrior. But John Jones, beat him. They had the disqualification because of the 10-6 elbow or whatever. But now, so right off the bat, I'm like, dude, John Jones, like literally, you could be a guy. They could want you to lose. A fan could want you to lose because you just beat up their favorite guy. Like, you don't think about that. You're like, man, why does he want me to lose? You could have just beat up their favorite fighter, okay? And they already were like, I want to see somebody beat him up now, okay? That's one reason, okay? And nothing you did, nothing out of your control, all right? Fast forward, my nephew Daniel is the one who kind of got me into MMA, into jiu-jitsu, all that stuff, kind of told me about it. And once I fell in love with it, he's like the guy now that, I call up. Did you see that, this and that, when all the breaking stories have. So me and Daniel, when we watch UFCs, we always kind of root. Well, I don't mind rooting for the same guy as him, but he like kind of is a little butt where, he wants to root against me. So it kind of, that was our thing, that we would always root against each other. Okay, so I think it was the first fight. It was Shogun and Jones, and Daniel loved Jones, and I was just kind of like in amazement of him, but I wasn't like super like into him, like as far as, oh, he's one of my favorites. All right, so Daniel was like, Jones this, Jones that, boom, boom. And so what would happen is he would always pick against me. So we were already on that course. So once he picked, I think I might even pick Shogun, but I knew he liked Jones a lot. But I picked Shogun maybe, and then he was like, all right, I got Jones, just to root against me. I think that might have been one of the first fights that we did that. Anyways, so going forward, okay, fine, you got Jones, I got Shogun. So now we just to root against each other, we're all into it, and all of a sudden now you have a horse to root for. Now all of a sudden, like, it's in your head, like, yeah, I want Shogun to win. Boom, Jones freaking wins, and you're like, oh, right. So the next fight, Daniel's already on Team Jones, so I forget who he fought next. I know he fought Rampage eventually, fought Rashad, all that. Every single fight he was for Jones, and now I'm like, okay, like, damn, freaking Jones keeps making me look bad because he keeps beating my fighters. Well, my fighters, which is basically just a fighter so I could root against my nephew. So all of this stuff is just like against Jones for me. Like he never had a chance to be one of my favorites. Like, to see the guy and to meet him, oh my God, it'd be tight. What's up, Jones? Mad respect. Have total respect for all those guys. But as far as like a fan and who you're rooting for, and as an entertainment, so a form of entertainment, and getting into it, he kind of was like Matt Hamill. Now he's beating all these fighters. Okay, moving forward even more, all right, forget the like did coke, got suspended, all that, hit pregnant woman, hit and run, like that doesn't even factor into my decision. Okay, like, I mean, I'm not saying, I just feel like everybody makes mistakes, whatever. I'm not really looking at that. Okay, but let's look past that. my favorite fighter is Cain Velasquez, okay? And that's kind of like, so I think like whoever your favorite fighter is, that's going to be like the base of which fighters you want to win and you want to lose. So Cain Velasquez being my favorite fighter, anybody who trains AKA already, I'm into Cain related. Anybody who trains with Cain, Khabib, DC. Okay, so DC's with Cain, I have to go with DC. So you look with that with John Jones, DC and John Jones are like freaking crazy rivals, right? Again, I have nothing against John Jones, but I have to go with DC because he trains with Cain. And that's just like kind of my, like a Conor McGregor fan would be a good example. You know they're rooting for Artem Lobov. You know what I mean? Because he's on Team Conor, and then it goes from there. Who are the people that Conor are cool with, you know? And then like the people who are Conor aren't cool with. And then from there, you know, that's how I feel like you develop, you know, who you want to win, who you want to lose. Okay, so there's circumstances, and then there's your favorite fighter and how it branches off from there. And wherever you fall from where they want you to win or want you to lose, nothing personal, it's just entertainment for us, okay? Another reason, fighters, you shouldn't get mad at fans, they want you to lose, is you could win them over. Like, there could be a family rooting against you forever, like your whole career, okay? And one fight, something can happen. Maybe you're getting your butt kicked the whole fight, and you come back, you show a heart, whatever it is, you can win them over. Like, and they could be like, I'm a fan of them now, okay? So if they don't like you, it's not the end of the world, okay? Another example is like they have the UFC, like where the fighters meet the fans and all that. Same thing. You can have a family, you know, let's say mom, dad, daughter or son, and they rooting against you. They love to hate you. Okay, they meet you at one of those events, and you shake their kid's hand, you sign something for them, you respect for the family, and you say, hey, what's going on, this and that. That family's gonna remember that. That family will be a fan of yours, like, for life. I guarantee you. I bet that they would. All right. One example for me is I grew up watching the Showtime Lakers, Magic Johnson. Lakers were out of sight. Clippers, they weren't really that good back then, so they didn't get a lot of attention. Like, as you know, like nowadays they get a little bit more attention, especially when they had Chris Paul, you know, Blake Griffin. But back then they didn't. Now my dad took me to a Laker Clipper game. Before the game they had a little clinic. Gary Grant of the Clippers came out because they had us doing the spider drill, and I was killing it, of course, as a little kid, like middle school, whatever. Gary Grant came up to me, he was like, whoa, yeah, that's, you know, like, that's right. Came up, shook my hand, and after that I was a Clipper fan for life. You know what I mean? Even before the Clippers were kind of like a little popular, I was like, Clippers, and people were like, what? I was like, Clippers, you know what I mean? So then when Clippers started getting all popular and everybody's like, yeah, Clippers, like, I was already on the Clipper bandwagon because of Gary Grant, point guard. So you can win over a fan in a fight, in a meet and greet, an interview. You could say something they like. Okay, so don't give up. And just remember, in the end, these people that, if we care enough to like hope you lose, hope you win, those are the kind of fans that you need. Those are the kinds of fans that you need to make sure that you guys could keep fighting and making the money, you know, decent money that you guys make a living out of it, and also to help spread the word about the sport, okay? Because we're going to be inviting our friends who don't watch. Hey, you want to come over Friday? We have the fight, this and that. Or we're going to be excited about the fight, okay? So I know MMA commenters on Facebook, online, trolling, they're horrible. They say the most horrible things. They make me laugh a lot, I have to be honest. Some are too mean. These dudes are the paying fans, all right? These boneheads we're the guys that pay for the pay-per-views, the $10 a month, whatever it is, Fight Pass, if it's still $10 a month. But those are your paying fans, sadly. Sorry, guys. But these are the kind of fans. This is what we need to grow the MMA community and teach people about MMA and about self-defense and about, you know, being confident, being strong. All right. So hopefully, fighters, hopefully I've taught you guys something from like the fan mentality, a different way to think about it. If somebody wants you to lose, somebody wants to boo you, DC gets booed. DC does everything right. The guy, like, I'm surprised he hasn't like saved a bus of children that's like on fire or something. I'm surprised he hasn't done that yet. Dude does everything right and he gets booed, okay? So remember that, okay? People want you to lose, at least they know who you are. All right? It's Josh Jimenez, MMA in Your Life podcast. Peace out. MMA in Your Life, MMA in Your Life.